Jeremiah, your defense obviously got better as the year went along, especially in the bowl game. But still, when you finished, you were dead last in the red zone. You gave up 29 touchdowns in 46 tries. You're the leader of the defense. What do you have to do to force more field goals or maybe get turnovers in the red zone this year?
I think it's having fresher bodies on the defensive line. I mean, the guys can play up front. They can play 70, 80 snaps, but you don't want to Ray Valhasic or Miles Murphy playing 70, 80 snaps a game. And coming from last season to this season, I think that's where we made a huge jump, not just on the D-line, but everywhere on the defense. We're going to be able to roll guys with a second team every other series if we really need to, and I think that's going to help in the red zone and early on the drive.
Jeremiah, from the podium here, you were named team captain last year. That seems like both a great honor and a great responsibility.
Oh, absolutely. Coming from the coaches and coming from the players, I worked my butt off, and to see them look at me and look at me as a captain, I mean, I take full pride in that.
We're going to get the microphone back here, the first row to your left. Back to Dan.
Jeremiah, just, on the other side of things, looking at Sam in practice and what he's able to do, we know from the outside looking in what people say about his game and the expectations this year. What can you say about what you've seen and being as close as you are to him?
Well, I can just say, Sam's a workaholic. I mean, he's getting everybody on the offensive side better, but also on the defensive side. Like, when we're doing POPs, I mean, you're not going to find many people who can dot or thread the needle in practice like Sam Howell. Like, some of the guys get frustrated, like when he gets a ball or hits a good ball on him, and I just pull like a young corner or nickel who's a year young onto the side. Like, not every ball is going to be placed perfectly like that. Like, the balls you're seeing from Sam Howell in practice, not every quarterback in the ACC can throw like that. So I think just him helping us in practice, I mean, on Saturdays, Friday night, whatever, like when you're going to get Sam Howell in practice, I mean, that's going to get you ready for games on Saturday.
Jeremiah, to your right in the third row.
Brett Friedlander, North State Journal. Jeremiah, considering that last year at this time, we weren't even sure if there was going to be a season, let alone how it was going to go. How much different is it preparing for this season compared to where you guys were at this time last year?
Just having a lot more time with the team. I mean, obviously we didn't have spring ball last year, and we're actually going into a camp this summer. Like, we're actually going into a fall camp. We're staying in a hotel for 2 weeks, and we're going hard for 2 weeks. Last year we said we had camp, but we're just sitting around. We weren't just sitting around, but I'm saying we weren't in a camp. I feel like staying in a hotel brings the team closer together right before rolling into a season. I got able to learn a lot more about players, like watching them through spring. I didn't take as many snaps as I did in spring because they're trying to save my legs a little bit more, but I think I learned more about the defensive guys on the side because I can learn what a guy is doing while I'm in there with him, but it's totally different when you're standing back on the sidelines and you can watch all 11 guys playing.
EJ Manuel, ACC Network. Jeremiah, obviously you're the quarterback on the defense. Talk about your defensive backs and who you've seen that stood out to you, whether it's Storm Duck, Tony Grimes, the guys that you're going to have in your secondary.
Oh, man, I mean, Tony Grimes, Storm Duck, Kyler McMichael, Dede Hollins, Obi Abuna. I mean, I think that's a good problem to have in our corner room that I don't think we've had ever since I've been here. I mean, we got corners that we can rotate all around the field, and that's something big in our defense. I mean, we leave our corners on the island a lot, so when they're running on go balls and they come back tired, it's so easy for a Storm Duck or a Kyler McMichael to pop in there and give you 100%, and there's no level drop.